Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Renee Box Young. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing, sharing, showing your support, tuning into lives, commenting in the comment sections of the videos. I really appreciate each and every one of you, subscribers since day one, recent subscribers. You guys are all awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for tuning in, and just collaborating and interacting, you know what I mean? Definitely, man. Renee Box Young, for the new listeners and those who may not know, what I represent. Renee Box Young is simply a platform where we discuss, critique, analyze, and simply talk about the sport of boxing, in a mature, level-headed fashion. Take the hate somewhere else. And if people plan on hating here, it's all good. I'm not going to pay too much attention anyway. It's all love, though. You know what I'm saying? But this is definitely a platform where you can express your opinions in a mature fashion. That's what I'm talking about. Like I've been saying time and time again, you don't have to worry about, vulgar language. You don't have to worry about, crazy talk. You don't have to worry about me hating on other platforms and doing all that stuff that's not worth my time. Definitely, man. I talk about what's worth my time, you know what I'm saying? And what's worth your time. Your time is valuable, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit here wasting my time, talking about things that don't matter. So definitely, man, about the sport of boxing, that's what we're talking about here, and just about life in general. Great topics. That's why in the thumbnail behind, the image of the fighters, you see Renee Box Young, boxing and more, lots more. Talk about a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? That's worth your time, definitely, because it's all for the benefit of each and every one of us, you know what I'm saying? Definitely. So, man, I want to talk about this. Porter, a possible potential fight between Porter versus Bud Crawford. I say possible potential fight because from what I know, from what I heard, last I heard, nothing's official yet. You know what I'm saying? It's all just social media stuff. Now, I gotta say something to outline this, video. Many times we as fight fans get and me, I'm one of them because I've talked about it, you know what I'm saying, time and time again. When it comes to fighters using social media to go back and forth, it's a controversial topic because traditional fight fans, traditional boxing fans, that are used to and accustomed to seeing fights in the golden era, I guess we can say, quote unquote, of boxing. There really wasn't social media at that time. Social media at that time was, major news outlets and platforms and interviews and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? That was kind of, the tools and, the instruments to get information out there to the public and to the fight community, to boxing fans, worldwide. It was major outlets, TV, television broadcasts, newspapers, things of that nature. Now, we got to understand, ladies and gentlemen, we got to accept the fact that we're in 2021, man. It's not 1970s. It's not 1980s. We're way past that. You know what I'm saying? It's 2021, man. I mean, we're in a digital era. So to a certain extent, I got to say to a certain extent, for me, there's limits, okay? To me, there are limits. I mean, for example, a quick example, Ryan Garcia, he's the one that's very known he's very known when it comes to social media, using social media for everything he does, a lot of things he does. I think that's too much. I think it's overboard. Saying he's going to fight this guy, saying he's going to fight that guy, facing off with so-and-so, and nothing happens. Just playing around. That's just my humble opinion. I think you're overkilling it. You see what I'm saying? Fighters overkill it when they do that. But at the same time, I understand that social media is used amongst fighters to, call someone out and get things going to a certain extent, to get the wheels rolling of a potential fight. And I respect that. I got to make that clear. Sean Porter is not the type of guy to sit here back and forth in social media all the time, calling everybody out and saying, I'm going to fight you and nothing happens. You know what I'm saying? Sean Porter's not really the guy to do that. So I respect what he has to say on social media. I got to make that clear. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the type of person. Go ahead and check out my channel. I say it time and time again regarding different aspects that I talk about when it comes to fighters, and certain topics and subject matter that I talk about on my channel. Go back and check out my channel. I really don't talk too much about fighters going back and forth on Twitter. I do talk about certain Twitter posts or social media posts or Instagram posts, generally speaking, when it comes to information. But I don't follow the drama. That's what I'm trying to say here. I don't follow the drama and say, oh, Bud said this, now Porter said that on social media. Oh, and he fired back. Tank Davis said this. Just check my channel out. I don't really do that. but I think it's worthy to talk about this. Okay, and what are we going to talk about? I'm sure you saw it already. I'm sure a lot of platforms are speaking about it. I honestly haven't had the time lately to check out what platforms are saying about it. I just had the time to check this out. Boom, right there. Check it out. Twitter, Sean Porter, official Twitter, link in the description. Yeah. Okay, so you have here, he says, I'll be ready in May. Wow. Okay, so now you already know, ladies and gentlemen, let me just kind of get it there, right there. You go. You already know, ladies and gentlemen, the story between, the whole lead up. I don't need to go back there, all the way back. Between Porter and Bud. I've gone live about it. I think I'll try to leave the video at the end of this video. I think I can. Concerning the live when Bud and Sean Porter were going back and forth. I did a live session on it, and I was kind of tired of it. I was like, man, these guys are just playing patty cake. I'm not going to sit here and say Bud is more, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, Porter. I don't know, man. Those guys just been going back and forth for a while, okay? When it comes to mandatories. If he seeks the mandatory, if he exercises it, I'll fight him. I mean, I explained it all and broke it down. And the whole offer that was given to Porter, $1 million and then $2 million, then he denied it, supposedly, whatever. Okay? I talked about it in a video, in a live session, and I just, poured my heart out on that. Okay? And I just kind of stopped paying attention. Okay? I just stopped paying attention. But now, now why am I talking about this then? It's because things have been falling into their places. Okay? Things have been falling into their places regarding this. We know that Manny Pacquiao is most likely going to fight Mikey Garcia. By the time this video's up, I always say that because, in the digital era, man, we get news so constantly. I ain't got time to cover everything. No way. But as of now, it looks like Mikey versus Pacquiao is probably gonna, it's more probable that's gonna materialize, okay? So that's out of the question for Bud Crawford, okay? Ugas, if I'm not mistaken, he's asking for a 50-50 deal against Spence. I don't think that's gonna happen. Who knows? We most likely know, ladies and gentlemen, and I think it's a fact now that, Bud Crawford's not gonna fight Spence anytime soon. I mean, the only I think, logical fight and probable fight that Bud Crawford has next is Porter. And that's what the community wants to see. Generally speaking, I'm not speaking about a little minority that's saying, oh no, Bud doesn't need to fight Porter. And, a lot of the boxing community, generally speaking, would love to see Terrence Bud Crawford versus Sean Porter fight. One, because, and the reasons why, okay? Porter is Bud's mandatory. I personally think that these sanctioning bodies, when it comes to mandatory fights or mandatory contenders, whatever you want to call them, no fighter has to exercise that. I think it's nonsense when someone comes out and says, oh, if he exercises his mandatory position, I'll fight him. You don't even have to exercise anything about it. If you're mandatory, you should fight, and that's it. Point blank, period. Stop this nonsense running around, and I'm speaking generally, okay? Stop this nonsense and running around and wording it in a different way. A mandatory is a mandatory is a mandatory. That's it. You see? Now, the options are narrowing down. That's why I want to talk about this. The options are narrowed down to Porter fighting Bud Crawford and vice versa, Bud fighting Porter. That's the best thing to do here. And this is what I like about what Sean Porter's saying here. He's saying he'll be ready in May, tagging or whatever you want to call it, Terrence Crawford in Top Rank. Now, there's an argument out there that's been out there, and I understand. I've been one of them, okay? I've been one of them. But now I've come to the realization of this. We change, we evolve in our minds, we grow, we learn, etc., as time evolves. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? We got to be open to everything, open-minded. You know what I'm saying? I understand, and I've said it before, contracts aren't made through Twitter, okay? We got to make that clear. Contracts aren't made through Instagram. But at the same time, I recently talked about also how Gary Russell Jr., okay? He even said, he came out and said in an interview, whatever interview it was, okay, that, Eddie Hearn direct messaged him from Instagram, offering him $1 million, to fight Warrington, which he said it's not according to his standards. So you see, contracts obviously aren't made through social media, but things can you can progress through social media. You know, promoters do it. Some promoters do that. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Hearn does it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not negating, you know, contracts. I mean, contracts aren't made. I got to make that clear. We understand that. I just said it, and I've said it time and time again before. Contracts aren't made through social media, but it can get things going. It can get the ball rolling to a certain extent, you know, towards a certain objective that fighters have. And in this case, Porter's saying, I'll be ready in May. What did Terence Crawford respond? Just stay on standby because now you're trying me. Okay, I really don't know. I don't know what that means much. I mean, I'm not the best. I don't know when it comes to interpreting certain things. But this is clear as day, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? I understand that. Okay? I mean, sorry if I don't understand much what Bud's saying here. Just stay on standby because now you're trying me. Okay, I don't know. Okay, whatever. But this is clear as day. I'll be ready in May. Let's get it. It's point blank to the point. It's right, straight, direct. I like what Sean's saying here. Now, let me say this. It's a sad thing, and you know the story, ladies and gentlemen, regarding Bob's perspective of Bud. Bob, in other words, promoter Bob Arum, if I'm not mistaken, it's Todd DeBuff, or however you pronounce that name. Todd DeBuff is the president of Top Rank, okay? Some time ago, Bob Arum said that he handed Bud Crawford over to Todd DeBuff to manage Bud Crawford. I mean, you can pull the article up somewhere, I don't know, but Bob said that. He said, I'm done. In other words, I'm done with Bud. Go handle him, Todd. You take care of this guy. So Bob, in other words, has kicked Bud to the curb. And Bob has kicked Bud to the curb in a lot of other ways. You already know why. I don't have to get into it with what Bob has said about Bud. Marketing wise, that Bud is not, he can't, you know, he doesn't have that pull and attraction from the general boxing community. I mean, let's just be factual here. And when it comes to gaining and attracting interest from a broader, wider audience, okay? Bob has kicked Bud to the curb in that sense, okay? Got to make that clear. Why am I saying this? Because Porter's saying, hey, in May, I'm ready in May. I'm ready for May. Let's get it on. I am skeptical of this, though, because that this fight will happen. I hope it does. I really do hope it does. And I repeat, it should happen because Bud's options have narrowed down to only Porter, pretty much, realistically speaking here. I mean, he can turn around and maybe go and fight Ugas for that belt that Ugas had that was handed to him because Pacquiao is inactive. I don't know what the heck's going on with Pacquiao. He's just sitting around and waiting. Whatever. I made a video on that. But you see what I'm saying? Bud's options are fighting Porter, maybe Ugas, but I don't think that's going to happen. Okay? So everything points to Porter because the community wants to see Porter versus Bud. Why? You know the reasons why. But I'm skeptical of this fight happening because of Top Rank. Bud under Top Rank. It's just a big obstacle for Bud right now in this point in his career and for a while now. Another option that Bud has is fighting Mean Machine rematch, a Khan rematch, a Benavidez rematch, I don't know, another guy out there. But Sean Porter is plain as day here. I'll be ready in May. Terence Crawford, Top Rank. Let's go. Now let's hope, ladies and gentlemen, let's hope that this comes to fruition. This is the best thing to do here, ladies and gentlemen. We got great fights out there happening. You know, we got great fights happening. You know, so I really do hope this fight happens. Do you all think that this fight is going to happen, ladies and gentlemen? By the time I post this video up, I repeat, this fight will probably be official. Or there will probably be, you know, sources say, you know, from other people. You already know who. Sources say, per source, Bud Crawford versus Porter are under negotiations. You know what I'm saying? But I'm skeptical because what I said a moment ago, and y'all know the trajectory of this, that Porter was offered $1 million. And, you know, obviously Porter didn't accept that because it was kind of low, I guess, according to what Porter generally makes and what he has made. If I'm not mistaken, okay, I mean, let's just get to the numbers. Okay, fine. If you, I mean, I'm sure that Porter made more than that, than $1 million when he fought Spence. If I recall, Spence versus Porter was pay-per-view, if I recall. You know, I'm sure, but, Porter made a lot more than $1 million, okay? So that was just not, you know what I'm saying? That was not reasonable for Porter. Then he was offered $2 million. I guess he denied it or whatever. I don't know. But now, you know, people change. People's opinions and perspectives change, you know, as time goes by. So Porter's saying, here, I'll fight you, man. Let's just fight. I'll be ready in May. Come on. So Porter wants it, in other words. And when it comes to now, at the point in time that we're in right now, between these two fighters, I think Porter wants this fight. The question is, will Bud take this fight? And will Top Rank permit him to take this fight? You see, that's the big question mark I have. If this fight happens, ladies and gentlemen, man, I cannot wait. Now, pardon me, I beg your pardon. I should have said it in the beginning of this video. My voice is kind of, I use my voice a lot, you know, for things I do. And not just on YouTube, obviously. This is just, you know, it's not even, you know, but my voice is kind of like, you know, worn out a little bit. But yeah, I mean, the question mark in my mind is, will Top Rank permit him to fight Porter? Will the lowballing continue? The lowball offers continue for Shawn Porter? I don't know. You know, but from what I see, Porter wants this fight. And hopefully soon, by the time I post this video up or shortly after, we're going to hear, hey, Bud and Porter are in negotiations to fight around May or what have you. Man, I really hope this comes to fruition, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? I really do hope so. The community wants this. The community, and one of the main reasons why the community wants this and why I want to see this fight is because Porter is challenging. He is a challenging opponent. I know a lot of people debate this, or a minority, I guess we can say, out there debate this. No, but who, you know, Porter always loses when he steps up in competition. Okay, you got a good point there. But, you know, he gives those top champs and elite fighters a run for their money. And it really helps us calibrate the elite fighter that Shawn Porter fights. It calibrates their level. That competition that Porter brings and that pressure he brings, his style, really calibrates the level of the opponent he's fighting. You see what I'm trying to say? And this is perfect for Bud Crawford. This is just a perfect matchup for Bud Crawford. You know, and I mean, I'm unbiased. I'm not biased, ladies and gentlemen. Please don't get it twisted here. And I've said it so many times, you know what I'm saying, that if you don't know that by now, or if there are any new listeners tuning in, you know, those who rock with me always, I mean, y'all know me. Y'all know this platform and what we bring. But if anybody's new listening, do your homework and check out my platform, and you'll see I'm not biased, okay? Okay? So it's not just and it's not reasonable to run around and try to, I guess we can say, reason for Bud Crawford and say this. No, well, you know, he shouldn't fight Porter because, you know, Porter, you know, it's not a valid reason. Because just go back to his previous opponents. Bud needs to be tested. I mean, we cannot run around that fact. Bud Crawford needs to be tested in the welterweight division. He has the skills. But we want to see them put to the test. I mean, there's no other way to say it. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's no other way to say it. And there's no other way to go around Bud not fighting. You see? There's no other way to go around, you know, Bud not fighting Porter. He should fight him. I mean, Bud can do whatever the heck he wants. He can decide whatever the heck he wants. But generally speaking, man, the community's looking at Bud kind of sideways just for the opponents. That's all. In the welterweight division. Horn, okay, I get it. Horn, you know, nice win. But ever since then, you know what I'm saying? The community has been crying out. And like I said, generally, I'm speaking generally. I mean, hey, Bud fans, awesome, bro. More power to all you. You know what I'm saying? I'm a boxing fan. I'm not a, I don't ride for Bud more than I do for Porter. I'm just a boxing fan. You know what I'm saying? That's all I am. So it looks like Porter wants this fight. It definitely looks like Porter wants this fight, really. And I reiterate one more time. Will Top Rank and Todd or Bob or whoever the heck, is over Bud at this point? Will they prohibit this fight from happening? Will they, present obstacles that won't make this fight happen? I think that the more complex side when it comes to this fight really coming to fruition is Top Rank. That's the complex side. Those who are over Bud. It's sad, but it's true. And that's been the complaint in the boxing community of, towards Bud Crawford, of him sticking with Top Rank and sticking with Bob. And I don't have to go over why, and you already know why, ladies and gentlemen. It's been overkilled why. You know what I'm saying? It's been overkilled why there are so many complaints towards Bud and the way he's been doing things. You know what I'm saying? But I love Bud. I love watching him fight. You know what I'm saying? I just love watching him in the ring, But, oh my gosh, this fight has to happen, ladies and gentlemen. Porter wants it. Let's see what happens and let's see what evolves next. I'm skeptical about it, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm just skeptical about it. But, man, do you think this is narrowing down? We'll see what happens, though, man. Comment in the comment sections. You know what I'm saying? Comment in the comment section of the video. I really appreciate each and every one of you, your support. I just love the community. You know what I'm saying? We are one. We are family. Y'all know how we do it, man. Hey, please click that notification bell. It doesn't cost you anything. Those who are listening, those who are new viewers, you know what I'm saying? If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Don't cost you anything. You know what I'm saying? Click the notification bell, please, because I reiterate why. You know what I'm saying? I've said it time and time again, because I do flash lives sometimes. Flash lives, it's a term that I use on my platform. Sometimes I go live out of nowhere, just boom, out of nowhere. Sometimes I schedule him, and when I schedule him or when I go live out of nowhere, flash lives, the notification bell is ready to go. You know what I'm saying? And I know that a lot of platforms have the issue of a lot of the community doesn't get the notification. But just go ahead and do it, just in case. You know what I'm saying? So thanks so much, man. Go ahead and share. Go ahead and like. Go ahead and subscribe. Thank you so much for being part of this community. You know what I'm saying? Renee Box Young, where we simply discuss, critique, analyze, and just talk about the sport of boxing. Definitely, man. Thanks so much. Stay safe. Peace out, fam.